The town of Burton-on-Trent is well known for its breweries, football team and 33-year-old professional boxer Jonjo Finnegan. On July the 27th, 2012, the life of this professional boxer changed forever. Jonjo Finnegan went head-to-head with Ryan Clark at Burton Town Hall. Little did he know that this would be the last time he would put on his boxing gloves, and he would never step into the ring again. During the 6th round of the fight, the former British Masters super-middleweight champion received a right hook to the head, which almost cost him his life.
It wasn't a massive shot that he took, but it's the way he fell. He fell really heavy to the canvas. He tried to get back up, and then he fell back down again. And then he was just fighting hard for his breath.
After needing more than 30 minutes of medical attention in the ring, Jonjo Finnegan was taken to the Queen's Hospital in Burton-on-Trent, where the severity of his injury was assessed. He was then transferred to the Queen's Medical Centre in Nottingham, where he underwent life-threatening major surgery to his brain.
I drove there, got there about 1 o'clock, and I could see all these people, and then they told me the worst news, and you know, his dad said to me, the worst nightmare's happened.
We was there all night in the waiting room. Didn't know what to expect. We knew it was very serious. Jonjo lost a lot of blood, and it was around the brain, and they had to take the top off his skull and release the pressure of the blood, and it was touch and go all the time. At one time his brain actually came out of his skull.
Whilst Jonjo was fighting for his life, his fiancée had the difficult task of explaining to their children what had happened.
Because it was so serious and we didn't know what the outcome was going to be, I was advised by the hospital to come and explain to them what had happened to him and give them the option if they wanted to see him. And they did, so I took them. We was told to, you know, go and see him because he possibly wouldn't make the next 24 hours.
9 months on, and Jonjo is back home with his family after intensive rehabilitation. He is experiencing difficulties with his sight, and he has to wear prescription glasses all the time.
My eyes are really light sensitive at the minute, so if I'm somewhere and the sun's like beating down the windscreen in the car, or coming through a window, or even if it's got lights at night, it kills my eyes. So I have to wear these dark glasses.
Obviously, he has to rely on people, which he doesn't like, to kind of pick him up, collect him, take him to the gym, if he, you know, or take him wherever to appointments and stuff, and he doesn't like that.
I decided to drive Jonjo to the one place where he spent so many hours of his life training and prepping for matches. Although returning to the club was emotional, it was good for Jonjo to be back amongst his fellow professional boxers.
It's good, it inspires you, like you say. At the end of the day, he's got up, he's got off his feet, you know what I mean? He's a fighter, and that's what fighters do. He's got up here, he's in the gym now, you know what I mean? He loves the sport.
It took me under the swing a bit when I first come up here, showed me a few skills and drills, and to be honest, it's been an inspiration.
My coaches told me that, you know, what happened, like, and I couldn't believe it, like, it didn't hit me, like, you know, and it was just like part of me, like, felt like I'd died a little bit, do you know what I mean, like, and it's so saddening, like, because he's such a good guy as well, like, you know, one of the nicest lads you'll ever meet in boxing.
It's nice to be back and see the old lads, but at the same time it's quite upsetting as well, because I've done hours and hours of grafting here, like before fights and during fights and all sorts, so yeah, it's really good to be back, but I just wish I could still do it, like, I suppose, but I can't. That's the heartbreaking thing, yeah.
Obviously he's going to miss it a lot, isn't he? I mean, it's a bad way to having to come out one way to finish boxing lives. I mean, I wouldn't like it to be that way for me. I mean, he loves the sport, like, so.
We want to keep him involved and bring, because his knowledge is, you know, you can't, there's nothing greater than experience and knowledge anyway, and hopefully he'll bring a few lads up himself and settle into it that way. So, yeah, we're always looking for good help, and I think we got one on tap.
From being here at the club in Wednesbury, it's clear to see how well Jonjo is thought of. His sparring partners, people he's trained with, his promoter, everybody's had such nice things to say about him. And by him not being here, it's clear his presence has been felt. Everybody's been shocked by his recovery, and everyone is hoping that he can return back to the ring again soon, if not as a trainer, but as certainly a member of support.
Boxing has always been a main part of Jonjo's life, and his recovery has not been easy. But for his family and friends, they are just grateful to have him home.
Like doing things with him.
What kind of things do you do?
Like go to town and go to McDonald's with him.
I think I'm seeing improvements every day, really. Just gradually, but he is getting a lot better. Loads better.
He's never let him down. He's the same old Jonjo.
Always been a fighter, always will be.
Cracking jokes, taking the mick out of all of us. Same old Jonjo, and I think that's helped everyone else as well sort of come to terms with it and get us through it at the same time.